Great morning, holy brothers and sisters! For the 15th of SHEVAT in the Kitzur Likutei Moharan, today's lesson will be called Lacking Livelihood. One must be careful to honor an elderly person who has forgotten his learning through no fault of his own. Sanhedrin 96a. Through the honor shown to him, his forgetfulness is nullified, and his soul, namely his memory of the Torah, is revealed. Strict judgments, darkness, etc. are also nullified, and light, loving kindness, life, and Torah wisdom are drawn into the world. For God's honor is the root of the Torah, as it is written, "For my honor I created it." Yeshaya 43:7. And our sages of blessed memory said, "There is no honor but Torah." Avos 6:3. The main cause for lack of livelihood, which has diminished in recent generations, is none other than unworthy ritual slaughterers. For a worthy slaughterer feeds and brings sustenance to the Jewish people, and he elevates the reincarnated soul in the animal to the level of a speaking being by pronouncing the blessing over the slaughtering with focused concentration. The slaughterer must concentrate properly on elevating the soul, which is in the blood of the animal, and in this manner the soul comes up and rises up to the divine presence in the aspect of feminine waters. Then the divine presence couples by means of these feminine waters that she possesses, and as a result of this coupling, she receives livelihood for the Jewish people. Therefore, the slaughterer's knife is called ma'achelet, literally that which feeds, as it is written, "And he took the ma'achelet," Bereshit 22:10. Namely, the slaughterer's knife takes its name from the worthy ritual slaughterer who feeds the Jewish people. But when the slaughterer is not worthy, and even at the time he is pronouncing the blessing, he is thinking invalid thoughts, and he is not even there as he recites the blessing, then when he stands with his knife to slaughter the animal, he resembles a murderer of souls. This causes suffering to the animal soul, which cries out bitterly. For the slaughterer's knife is the sword of the wilderness, Echa 5:9. It is not God's sword, Yeshaya 34:6, which is identified with the divine presence and with speech, since it does not elevate the reincarnated soul within the animal. To the contrary, such an unworthy slaughterer actually brings the soul down from its level, the level of an animate being, and that soul has no resting place or sanctuary. Woe to a slaughterer such as this! Woe to the soul that has killed a soul and handed it over to its enemies. And thus the divine presence has no feminine waters by which to bring home sustenance. Then we bring home our bread at the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness, Echa 5:9. In other words, with enormous toil and effort, God forbid, we must eke out our meager livelihood, all because of the slaughterer's knife, which is called the sword of the wilderness, since it gives over the soul of the animal to the forces of impurity, which, as is known, rule over the wilderness. Slaughterers sustain souls through sanctified speech, and blessings by blood to avoid lack of livelihood. As always, thank you so much for learning together. If you enjoyed this lesson, please remember to like, comment, share, and borrow, and please God, we'll learn again tomorrow.